Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Drivers Room Endurance Championship. I am your host, Kimaru, and this is Season 4, Round 1, Tier 1. Today we are on Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiva, one of the smaller medium variations. And this season, since I introduced myself as your host, I am not racing because I am taking a break to recuperate my interest and fire for this series. Okay, let's get on to our grid start for today. Starting off in pole, we have Adventure Racing, also known as Jeff James, in pole. In P2, um, I don't know how to explain this, but yeah, there was a little bug, and I'll just say this: DJ in P2 was definitely racing. We just couldn't see him for a few laps. He has got himself a new beautiful livery. And in P3 we have the mighty C.S. Smith, or Tessie Smith as he's called right now. His nitro fuel is still nowhere for me to be found, so I'm still looking. I'm gonna use my season off to look. We have Drift King Alex, or as the Spice Boys are called, Drift Spice. Here we have Mr. Sean in the shopping trolley, like DJ is in. Plux the Duck in 6th place. Here we have Berkey Baby, another one of the Spice Boys. Yeah, I don't remember what his call sign was at the moment, so forgive me. We have Lorcas in P8, Mr. Uncle Bernie, or the creator of the Drivers Room Endurance Championship, Mr. Gadget 334. TXX Fabro, he starts off in P10. We have our good pal, Mr. Senna, in 11th. Lionessie in 12th. Mr. Wilkinator, Wilco, in 13th. And finishing off the field in the back, we have Monsieur Ben. This is going to be an exciting season opener, so let's get down to the lights. Okay, we are about ready to get the show underway. I just forgot one setting. There we go. And we have DJ. He's just doing his thing. Like I said, he is definitely racing. I just can't see him. It's one of the beautiful Gran Turismo bugs. We have Jeff James into turn 1. Still sticking into the lead. He is an alien, of course. Tessie Smith and Adventure Racing, the two aliens in Tier 1. I think they're both sipping a lot of nitro fuel to get this fast. Everyone gets cleanly through the S's. Not a lot of action. We have Senna down into last place. Ben has got himself up into 12th. Let's follow the battle for first into the first lap. We come through cleanly into the chicane, everyone. All right, let's take a look at what happened to Mr. Fabro. He comes through and, oh, a little contact between him and Plux, and he just bounces right into the wall. As you all know, Tier 1 has the heavy damage, so you have to go into the pits and get that repaired. Not a great season opener for Fabro. The GR4 cars aren't that fast, but they aren't that slow either. Adventure Racing leading on the field into lap 2. Being followed closely by Nitro Smith. And we have DJ in the background there. The M4R boys are on the hunt. Mr. Sean doing good in his shopping trolley. Of course, it's a front-wheel drive car. It's very strong, very light, but has a tendency to chew up its front very fast. The four-wheel drive of Lorca's isn't that amazing either. It has a tendency to chew up its front. And Gadget in his beautiful Team Sigma livery. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I really, really, really love this livery. One of the best looking in the championship. And Senna is up into 10th with some front end damage. He must have had an incident somewhere. Ben seems to have been unlucky as usual. I think he has collected some damage and been into the pits as well. There we have Wilco. Been struggling a lot in Tier 1. And we have the two boys in P1 and 2 still fighting. From what I remember, James was on pad this day. And Smith, as we all know, is still a pad user. The amount of speed that boy has is simply incredible. Hence why we call him the alien. Just look at the gap these two have down to 3rd. Berkey still doing good in that mighty Corvette. Good old American. Beautiful, beautiful car. There we have Plugs being chased down by Lioness C and Mr. Sean. Lorcas is catching up. As we are a little behind on our videos, this will be a shorter Gadget in 9th. Very difficult race for him this season. Maybe he's still getting used to that beautiful McLaren. Senna still racing around with front end damage. And he's damaged his front right tire as well. Ben, I think he's been into the pits fixing some damage. His bad luck just seems to follow him around. Wilco. Let's follow these two. Smith still hasn't given up. And that McLaren does have a little bit better top end. Oh, and it looks like James made a little bit mistake. Can Smith take him on the instant? Yeah, he goes ahead before the hairpin. Putting Smith up into P1. James following in 2nd. Beautiful clean move from Smithy. Oh, I think Smith is really pushing his car. maybe a little too much. He might have lost his edge over James. Alex up into third. What's happened to Berkey? I think Berkey's tires are starting to fall off already after 4 laps. We have Plux the Duck. Quack, quack. Right behind. Plux goes on the inside into turn 1 and is ahead of Berkey. They do say they're not teammates, but I beg to differ. Plux the Duck is Baby Spice, of course. We have Lionessy, gotten ahead of Mr. Sean and goes for a little. Oh, that car is looking tail happy through the chicane, but still managed to stay ahead of Shawnee. Shawnee has surprisingly small tire wear on his front wheel drive car. This is an hour race, of course, not a sprint, so anything can happen in the time period of an hour. Lorcas might be struggling too. I will admit, this used to be one of my favorite tracks, but after a difficult season early in the year, I have gone from a love relationship to a hate relationship, and Mr. Sean is going for a move on Nessie. Will he? No. I don't think he was far enough on his side to be able to make that move. Will he try it up the assist? He's gonna get attacked by Lorcas any minute. Looks like Lorcas makes the move. Lorcas is up into 7th and chasing down Lionessy, and we have Gadget also looking hungry for a move. Just look at the right side of the cars. Right side is really taking a pounding. Oh, and we have Lionessy. He's gone off into the grass. Why isn't it focusing to Lionessy? I think Lionessy is struggling a bit. And that puts Lionessy 2 or 3 spots down. Gadget up into 8th. As we all know, Gadget is a master of tire saving, and we have Lionessy going off to the grass again. Managed to keep it on the track this time. And we have James into the pits already. That was a very early pit stop. I think his pit crew just said and told him to box. Box, box, box. Berkey. Still sticking in the 5th. Oh, look at the tire wear on the front there. Front right. Got a heavy front end, that Corvette. And Mr. Sean is going for a move on Lorcas. Will it go? Oh, what happened to Gadget? Let's take a look at this from Gadget's point of view. Maybe the dirty air. Oh, it could be dirty air. It could be a late break. Just a driver mistake, basically. That's not usually something Gadget is known for doing. He'll have a hell of a lot of time to recover now. That damage is not going to be fixed fast. Senna will start to catch up. Is it catch up, not catch up? And Ben's tires are looking good. And Wilco still not hanging on. And we have DJ. Can't really explain what I'm seeing. And Smith will go into the pits. 50% on his front right. Wow. And there we have Ricey. There we have him. Oh, his car is looking scrapped or scratched. Let's see where Mr. DJ comes out. He comes out in fourth. Finally, we can see him on track. So he's doing good in the shopping trolley. He's right behind Smithy. Alex is still staying out on his first set of tires, or has he? No, I think he is still out on very worn tires. Good tire management if those have been on for 7.5 laps. Smithy and Ricey. We have Sean. Sean's tires are starting to die off, but they are looking surprisingly good for 8 laps. And Plux has been into the pits. He should be able to get past Shawnee momentarily. Some action on the field. Lorcas. And we have Berkey baby and Lionessy battling it out into the hairpin. Looks like Berkey has this covered. Maybe Nessie gets the better drag out. Yep. Lionessy is now up into 8th. Senna just ahead of Ben. And Gadget there going ahead of Ben into the freaking chicane. I can hear the words from Ben now. Bleep, bleep, F off, F off. We'll go in last. We have Adventure Racing and James is in it. What happened to okay. So, Gran Turismo, as we all know, is yeah, it's a flawless game. Let's just leave it at that. Adventure Racing still in P1, doing good in his first race of Tier 1. Still hasn't made a mistake to cause him to crash or anything. Full of action in the back. Smith is defending off Alex, and DJ lost positions to both. Alex down into 4th. He should really go on and get his tires switched out. It is about time. I think we will see him diving in. Yep. That will probably promote Plux up into 4th. Or it looks like Alex comes out just behind. Lorcas is starting to catch up a little bit. Scooby is dangerous. It is fast. Linus got himself a little gap down to Shawnee with a little lag switch engaged. I do love that little Citroen. Oh, look at the speed Shawnee has. This is going to get dangerous into the left-hander. Will Shawnee be able to go on the inside or outside? He definitely has the speed, but the Citroen is not very slow. Everything's calmed down a little bit. Alright, come back on to the start of lap 15. Plux has just been into the pits. Got himself a new set of boots. Shawnee in 6th place. And in the top 3, there's not... Well, Alex has gotten himself up into P2 again, but his tires are starting to wear off. Smithy is chasing down Alex, but he's also been into the pits with fresh boots. Same with DJ. Plux is right behind. He's really driven himself well back. Oh, and look at the cut Mr. Plux is doing. That is not the proper line for a champion to take. And he got himself a 2-second penalty for his troubles. Very easy to get a penalty, very hard to get rid of it on Kyoto. And we have Mr. Lionessy in 7th. Tires are looking dead. Lorcas has come out with a new set of boots, new set of racing soft. Berkey baby, oh, he is dropped down all the way to 9th now, really struggling with the front right, and Gadget is right on his heels. I don't think Gadget has pitted since the damage incident he had. Shawnee has gone into the pits, same with Berkey. Senna has himself a new set of boots. Ben will likely be going a few more laps before he does anything. That trophy is not at all fast, and this is slightly a power track, so that's something this car just does not have. Beautiful looking car though. Wilco in 13, still no change for this man, still not giving up. Adventure Racing just seems to be in the league all on his own. Let's just see what happens when he eventually meets Dawson, our other resident alien in the driver's room, also known as the Stig. And the funny thing is, from what I hear, he is not even the fastest one in VQS. James starting off lap 17. Smithy in P2 doing extremely well in that Mighty Trophy. Being followed by the shopping trolley in the back and awesome Alex. I'm amazed that Alex is actually able to keep up with his current state of tires. We have Plux. Difficult to catch up when all the cars go pretty much at the same speed. Not much differentiating between them. Of course, the shopping trolley is insanely fast. looks like Linus is about to struggle a little bit for in front of Lorcas. Lorcas has fresh tires. Linus has dying tires. It should be put in a graveyard, and Linus goes up into the grass. I'll give him credit what credit's due, though. He is not giving up on his increasingly worn tires. And he is not diving into the pits either. Could be a gamble, could be a very risky maneuver. Going defensive into turn 1. I think Lorcas will have this because he has better grip, or... Wow, Lioness is really making an effort today. Over 50% worn on the right front. Really should go and get those tires changed. Right now he's sacrificing more time than he needs to, and looks like Lorcas is trying to go for an outside move into the left tire, and he makes it. This Lorcas up into 7. Linus, he will now have to watch out from Mizio Gadget below, behind. Below. The mighty Sigma. Adventure Racing has gone into the pits. I think his pit crew called him in. Comes out right before, right ahead of Smithy. James will have this, I believe. Yep. Gadget's gone into the pits. See if Smithy boy can do anything about adventure racing. Doesn't look like it. Ricey's tires are starting to drop off a little bit. The prime of his tires. And Plux is slowly catching up. His tires should be good for maybe 4, maybe 5 laps more. This track is unusually hard on tires. That's basically in every variation and layout of Kyoto. Alex is down to 5th with a new set of Racing Soft. Mr. Sean has been into the pits a couple of laps ago. As you can see, this track is extremely hard on the right front. Here we have Berkey. Senna. The GT86 is usually a good car on tires, but I think this track just hammers every set of tires, no matter what you choose. Gadget down into 10th. His Racing Soft should last him either to the end or very close to the end. Nessie is on new boots. Finally, I think both Gadget and Nessie went in on the same time. And Ben is right ahead of Wilco. Wilco's got the hunger. Looks like Wilco's going for an in. It's going to be on the outside into the hairpin and makes them move. And Ben has the inside. Will he have the more kick at it? No. That is Wilco up into 12, ladies and gentlemen. Ben is not having a great day at all. Always very unlucky, Mr. Ben. And DJ's tires are really starting to drop off. Smithy down into third. Maybe he spun. No, he has fresh tires. Here we have the two Spice Boys, Drift Spice and Baby Spice. Ricey has gone in. Ricey comes up in 5th place. Lorcas has gone into the pits. Tires aren't looking that bad. Berkey comes out right ahead of Lorcas. Gadget is on the hunt. He can smell blood in the water from Lorcas. Linus, he's just trying to keep up with Gadget. All right, coming up at the end of lap 26, we have Senna in 10th ahead of Linus. I think Linus has been into the pits. Ben is back up into 12. Wilco down into 13th with some front end damage. Where has that come from? And adventure racing has been pretty much unstoppable all day. Smithy here with low fuel and worn tires, and the same is true for Plux. Quack Quack. He has himself a 2-second penalty for his troubles as well. Really struggling to find grip. These two seems to be hunting each other all the time. There we have DJ consistently on the top 4. There we have Smith and Plux. Both have gone into the pits. Just under half a tank for Plux and Smith. Should last them all the way to the finish. We have Shawnee in 5th. Rice is up into 2nd at the moment. but he still has one more pit stop to do. Mr. Sean ahead of Lorcas. Lorcas is looking bingo on fuel. Fuel is running out. We have Alex, should be good to the very end. And Gadget, wow, look at his tank. Less than a lap to go of fuel, I believe. Yeah, he really needs some more go-go juice, some bam-bam juice. There he goes. Berkey. I think he should go in for a last pit stop. Linusy, I think he should be good and clear for the last 12 minutes of the race. Gadget comes out into 10th. Not a very good season opener for Mr. Gadget. Senna with 1% left of fuel. Ben down into 12th. Must have been a horrible race for our Canadian friend. Wilco has been lapped by Mr. Adventure Racing. And looks like James will have to go in and get some more go-go juice as well. Stays out for one more lap though. Probably won't last until the end, but Smithy there, staying well and truly ahead of Plux. Plux just not able to get into his slipstream, and he has himself a 2.8 second penalty as well. Gran Turismo Sport, the real penalty simulator. Wouldn't know how true that is. And I think Ricey's penalty screen has bugged out a little bit. Mr. Sean, the two shopping trolleys are not doing that bad actually. Top 5. They are surprisingly good, but the tire wear is what kills them. Alex in 6th. Lorcas in 7th. Oh, looks like Gadget is going for a move on Linusy into the chicane. Just didn't make it. James has gone in to the pits. Gadget now has the superior tires. Will he be able to get Linusy into the hairpin? No. It's not easy to get ahead of Linusy. Will Gadget be able to make it through the last corner? He looks for some height. Get the better exit out of the corner. I think Gadget might be able to pull this through. Come on, mighty McLaren. Oh, and they touch. Lionessy is not willing to let this go, but we have Gadget in 8th place into turn 1. Lionessy is not letting this go, but he might have to up the S's. Yep, Gadget is up and confirmed into 8th. But now Lionessy will have the slipstream and might be able to make a counter move. Lionessy is trying for a move into the left-hander. Oh, and Lionessy goes back up into 8th. Gadget is not letting this go though. Tries to keep it. Will he be able to make it? No. Beautiful drive from both of these fellas. Lionessy is really pushing the life out of the right side tires right now. Gadget has a lot more to go on. Just hunker down and get the move done. Preferably without contact, of course. Let's see if Gadget can gather some more height and get a better exit out of the last corner. Will we see the same move as the previous lap? No. Maybe Gadget will be able to go on the outside. He's too far behind this time. Well, if Lionessy is not able to shake his penalty, at least Gadget will get 8th because of that. But that's not the best way of winning. Trust me, I know. I won against Plux and Fuji because he had a penalty that he couldn't shake. Not the way I wanted to beat Plux, but at least I got a podium from that, I believe. Gadget is really shaking the nerves of Lionessy at the moment. 6 minutes to go. Let's go for an onboard view with our host. Gadget go for some more height again. But he's too far behind Lionessy this time as well. Unless Lionessy closes the door into turn 1. Yeah, he does. And Gadget goes for a fakie. Fakie didn't work though. Maybe it did. No. Lionessy is smart. He's defending for his life, but all this defending, they're losing ground up to Lorcas as well. I don't think there will be any chance of Gadget catching up to Lorcas, but Lionessy is really on the defense. No way, Gadget, you're not getting past me. There's no chance of that. But we know how cool and collected Gadget can be. Very smart, very patient. Looks for any flaw into his opponent. And finds a way to exploit them. Oh wow, yeah, Lionessy is really on the defense. Does not want to let this go, but Gadget got the better way out of there, but Lionessy has the inside into the chicane. Will they go too wide? Will Gadget yield? Yeah, Gadget yields. Oh, Gadget will. Oh! Gadget did not have the best of entries into the chicane. Now Berkey is starting to catch up, but Berkey's running out of fuel as well. Look at Linus's tires. All his fighting has really taken the life out of it. Gadget goes for an outside move into turn 1, as we've seen through the past few laps. But there's not enough. Oh, and Linus, he makes a mistake into turn 1, gets the car sliding, and Gadget goes up into P8. I think that was it. I think that was the final mistake Linus he needed to make for Gadget to claim 8th. Look at how sketchy and twitchy that Citroen now is. Oh wow, lag switch engaged. Gadget's got this. He's really got this now. I think that was the final. Linus is not able to recuperate from that. The tires are dead, and Gadget is probably now secure into 8th. Very good drive. Like I said, Gadget is an expert in just waiting patiently behind his opponents, waiting for them to make a mistake and then pouncing at the right moment. Lorca's in 7th. He looks to have a comfortable lock on that position. Awesome Alex in 6th. Still, well, he's catching up to Sean. Sean's tires are starting to die off. Like I said, the front wheel cars really chew up their tires. Let's hope he can hold on. Go through the field a little bit now. Plux the Duck is chasing DJ. Or maybe Plux has had an incident. I do remember DJ being down in 4th. Will DJ be able to grab a podium with the shopping trolley and piss everyone off? I just love to piss Gadget off in the shopping trolley. Oh my god, there's a shopping trolley. And Smithy has been comfortable in P2 all day. Same with James in P1. No one's been able to touch him. Or any other way. Wilco in 13th. About to be lapped again by James. That's got to be so demotivating. Ben has more or less been alone in P12 all day. And Senna, oh, wow, look at him. He's got damage on both of his wheels and his front aero. Well, at least if he can keep this up until the last turn, he should be golden. Let's hope Berkey has enough fuel to cross the line. Let's follow James. Oh, and Alex and Sean has finished. Alex got ahead of Sean. Lorcas has finished. Gadget's coming up to the start finish. No more action from these two. Well driven from Gadget. Berkey comes home in 10th, Senna in 11th, Ben in 12th, Wilco in 13th. And now we will follow the top 4. James has had a pretty uneventful race, and his pit crew has been helping him all the way. If people are unsure what I'm talking about, he streams every race he's in and has a band of chat people that just helps him do the strategy. One less thing for him to worry about. James comes home in 1st. Adventure Racing takes Season 4's round 1 first victory. Tessie Smith will come home in 2nd, followed by Plux the Duck. He has gotten back into 3rd, so at least a podium for Plux after a horrible qualifying. And he runs out of fuel, and no, he gets rid of his penalty. That's what he was doing. DJ comes home in 4th. Very good run from RD. Oh, and he's got damage. Thank you all for watching. Come back for round 2.